Good morning, Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. How are you doing? How's the days going on? I hope you are enjoying your days out there. Inshallah, soon the school will be reopened and we will start our regular classwork and homeworks on the regular basis. But now here we should have to continue the online lectures. So let's begin with this. This is your first chapter of the syllabus, that is chapter number 11, Water on Earth. So grade 4, you have to first of all open your book, page number 83. Okay, you have to open your book, page number 83, and this is the page looks like. First of all, on the top you have to write down the short date, but and then you have to do the reading of this chapter. So let's do the reading first of all. Chapter number 11, the water on earth. Water is important for all living things beside air. It means except air we need water too. That is why that most common substance on earth, a person may live without food, but he cannot live without water. It means that we are in a severe need of water for our living thing, for our life. If you want to stay alive, if you want to stay healthy, you need water. Every living thing contains water in it. Human beings, animals, plants all have water in them. Flowers, green vegetables, trees, birds, insects all have water in their bodies. Water is not only used for drinking, but it is also used for cleaning, washing, and cooking. It means we use water for cooking, cleaning, bathing. We also use water to we use water to drain the plants, crops. So in a way, we can say that plants, animals, and human beings, no matter the birds or the insects, everyone, every single living thing needs water. Here in this page, you can see a map. This is telling us that most of our land is made up of water. Okay, you can see it here. So this is a map of our earth, and you can see it contains more of the water and very less amount the yellow area. This yellow area is the land. So what I want to tell you is this, that there are the different areas of the water which are divided into different oceans, names as these oceans are Pacific Ocean, which is the huge portion of them all. Then it is North Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, South Atlantic Ocean, and Antarctic Ocean. There is one another ocean which is above here, that is the Antarctic. Okay, that is Atlantic Ocean. This is Antarctic Ocean, and that is the Atlantic Ocean. We live on land. Many animals and plants live in water. In old times, people lived where used to believe that most of the earth's surface in the land. But this was not true. Later, it was discovered that more than half of the earth's surface is covered with water. You can easily imagine it here that more than half this area, except these three areas, the most of the area is covered with water. Next, I want to tell you that you should have to turn your page now, and we are starting the new paragraph, new topic, that is how we get water. Although the water is about more than half of on the earth, but all of this water is not available to us. Why? Let's read this paragraph and then I will explain you. Water is found in many places. It is in oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, ponds, and streams. It is found under the ground too. This underground water is usually used by the plants. It is also present in frozen form like glaciers in very cool places. It means The places which are very cold like hilly areas, they have the water in the frozen form, which we call as a glacier. In Pakistan, glaciers can be seen in Naran and Kagan. Only Naran and Kagan are two areas where you can easily see the glaciers. Rivers are formed when the ice in the land Rivers are formed when the ice in the glaciers melts due to the heat of the sun. So in this picture you can see here, this picture is given. You can see this is the frozen ice, that is pile of snow, which we call as a glacier. Now let's do the reading of our next paragraph. That is, although there is so much water on earth, much of it is not used by us for drinking or any other purpose. Most of the water in the sea and ocean, this is a salty water, or this water is salty. It means among 70% of the water, the only very less amount of water is available for us to drink, to use. Okay, rest of the water is sea and ocean, that is very salty and we cannot use it. The water in river is also not very clear. It has dirt, germs in it. Such water is called polluted water. So next time if anyone asks you what a polluted water is, you know that a water which contains dirt and germs in it is the polluted water. Next, on the next page, you have to turn your page. This is the last page of this chapter. So man is responsible for polluted water of the rivers and lakes. They are polluted by dirt, germs and harmful chemicals from our houses and factories which are thrown in them. So you can see in this picture, you can easily see that you can easily see in this picture that the houses, these are the houses and they are throwing the garbages into the water. This is a factory and they are throwing their extra waste into the water. That is why this water body, or you can say this lake or this river, is getting polluted. Water has to be cleaned before it supplies to our houses for our use. From rivers or lakes, the water is pumped into the waterwork in our city. Here, the water is passed through the filters. The filters remove the dirt and the water, then special chemicals are added to the water to kill the germs and make it clean. This water is supplied to our houses. So this is a detailed picture in which they are telling us that how we get a clear water. First of all, you can see it here from the water bodies like oceans, rivers and seas. The water is collected here and send it to the an area that has the filter, and the filters clean the dirt from the water. Then this water, clean water, is now sent to another area where they are added some of the chemicals to kill the germs of the water. Then this clean, dirt free and germ free water is sent to the reservoirs, and from there they are sent to the tanks, and through tanks they through the pipelines or different ways they are sent to your houses. So this is how we get water from the rivers to our houses. Okay girls, we have done the reading of this chapter. Now it's time for to do the back exercise. So let's do the back exercise. First of all, you have to open your book, back exercise, write down today's short date onto it. Then you have to do the first exercise, that is put tick for the true and cross for the false. Give a reason for your answer. You already know that we always used to give the reason for the answers because reasons are necessary so that you can tell why you are considering the statement as a false one. Number one, more than half of the Earth's surface is covered with land. They are saying that more than half of the Earth's surface is covered with land. So you tell me, is it true or false? Yes, it is false. And the reason behind this? More than half of the earth is covered with water. They are saying it as a land, but it is a water. Next is sea water is best for drinking. This is true or false? Yes, this is false also because seawater have a lot of salt in it. So we will write the reason no, the seawater is salty and polluted. Most of the water pollution in the rivers and lakes is used by man. So is caused by man. They are saying that we are responsible for the pollution of rivers and lakes. This is true or false? Yes, this statement is true. Now come to the number D. Seas, oceans and rivers are sources of clean water. Okay, seas, oceans and rivers are sources of clean water. So this is true. No, this statement is false because sea, oceans and river, these are sources of polluted and dirty water. We clean them and then we use them. Next is option number E. Glaciers are formed near the rivers. This is also false because we have just read this that the glaciers are formed in the cold climate, not near the rivers. They form in the cold climate in the hilly areas. It's time to come to the next exercise, that is name these. First of all, there is a first name these. You have to tell what they are talking about. The first one is several rivers begins from them. Yes? Any one of you? Very good. The several rivers are begin from the glaciers. Next, number B is water with dirt and germs in it. We call this water as? Yes. Think about it. Very good. We call it as a polluted water. Option number C, question number C is removes dirt from the water. What is the thing that remove dirt from the water? If you remember in the last paragraph, in the last picture, I have explained you that there is a portion where the dirt is removed from the water. We call it as a filters. Very good. We call it as a filters. Then we used to clean the water. What we use to clean the water, we use the chemicals. Okay, that's it for the name these. Now here we have two questions you have to explain. I'm going to explain you the answers and you have to write down in your book back exercise. Okay, so first one is how does river water get polluted? The water, when the dirt and chemicals from our houses and factories get mixed with the river water, it becomes polluted. It means we are responsible for making the water polluted or dirty. And last exercise of the exercise is exercise number 4. Describe how water is cleaned before supplying to our houses. So first filters remove the dirt from the water, then special chemicals adding to the water to kill the germs, and this water is clean and then supplied to our houses. Okay, I hope you understand that very well. Do this in the neat handwriting. Next we are going to do the short question answers. So let's do the short question answers. There we go with the first short question answer, that is how are rivers formed? Very easy, very interesting. I have just told you that the rivers are formed when the ice in the glaciers melts due to the heat of the sun. You can see it here. This is the glaciers. This is a mountain which have glaciers on it, and the sunlight will fall on it, and they will melt and they will fall in form of water as in rivers. Okay, and we can see the rivers from the plain areas. Next, there is question number 2. Why is river water and sea water not suitable for drinking? So the reason is that the water in the rivers and sea is not suitable for drinking as it is not clean and it is too much salty. You can see it here that water in is hypertonic. Hypertonic means it contains a lot of salt in it, and our blood cannot contains this much of blood salt as compared to the water. That is why our body cannot digest this water. Okay, so salty water is undigestible for us. Next we have another short question answer. It has dirt and germs in it. Drinking such water can cause several diseases. You can see it here. We make the water polluted, and this dirt and this contain the germs the deadliest chemicals, which if we drink such kind of water, we're definitely going to be ill. Now it's time for the question number 3. What are glaciers and what are icebergs? Glaciers, first of all, let me tell you what are glaciers. Glaciers are the Glaciers are thousands of the deep layer of piled up snow, and you can see it here. These are too much huge, and they are the snow falls onto the mountains, and they will pile together in a huge pile of snow stock, and we call it as a glacier. You can see them. These are snowy, beautiful, and large. Next one is next one is iceberg. So you can see it here, the broken pieces of glacier. As the glacier breaks down, they form the ocean. Near the oceans, they will form as a iceberg. You can see the icebergs are huge broken pieces of glaciers which float into the ocean water. So these are the icebergs. Now let's do the extensive question answer. How is water essential for all living things? Water is essential for life. A person may live without food, but we cannot live without water. And if you can see this, if you can observe this, if there is no water into the soil, the plants can even dead. And if there is water, the roots will take the water, and plants can be healthy and fresh. It is not only used for drinking person. It means they are talking about water, that water is not only used for drinking, but it is also used for cleaning, washing, and cooking. Like you can see it here, we use water for drinking, and most of the plants and animals also grow into the water. So many plants and animals live in water too. Now it's time for the last extensive question: at what place and water is found? So more than half of the earth is covered with water, and it is the oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, ponds, and streams. It is found underground too. So how do we get the underground water? We get underground water through the motors, and through the turbines, and through the wells. Okay, it is also present in the frozen form like glaciers and like icebergs. So here is the example given. This is a puddle, this is a pond, this is lake, rivers, seas, rivers, and oceans. Okay, that's it for today, girls. You have to do your back exercise on science book page number 86, and then you have to do the short and extensive question answers on your notebook in neat and proper handwriting. And then you can also send me the clear picture of your done work so that I can check your work at my personal number, and you have my number too. You can ask any of the question if you want to on my personal number. That's it for today. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Allah Hafiz.